In the beginning of the story, we see an American football match where in the VIP stands, a man named Nicky was sitting comfortably with his girlfriend Jess. The match was going on, but Nicky's focus was more on the crowd than the game. He saw a beautiful girl getting up from the seat and leaving, and at that time, a funny idea came to his mind. He made a small condition with Jess. Let's see how many people will turn and look at that girl. 7 people saw her turn. In this condition, Jess guessed the number of the pass, so she won the condition. Livian gave money without any hesitation, and then asked to start the next round. This time, the condition was, who will do the next foul? Jess said, I have no knowledge of this game, but Nicky jumped on the condition, and he put a bet of $1,000. The referee gave the signal of a foul as soon as the whistle rang, and the team on which Nicky had bet was right. He was not sure if the player would pass the ball or run with it. Nicky was hesitating to play 5,000, but he finally agreed. Lu Yang guessed that he would run, and Nicky said that he would pass, and the player really ran with the ball as soon as the whistle rang, because of which Nicky lost $5,000. Now Nicky decided, it's okay, let's stop losing 5,000, and he asked Jess to go for a coffee. But Lu Yang insisted on whether he would be able to pass or not. Nicky predicted that he would pass, but the other team stopped the pass in the middle. Now Nicky had lost $15,000. Taking out the money, Nicky was a little worried. She thought a little and said, this time let's put 50,000. Hearing this, Jess was shocked, but Nicky was looking angry. At this time, luck was not supporting her. That next condition was lost again, after which she had to give 50,000 more. Now Jess asked her to stop immediately. Nicky, without saying much, threw the entire bundle of cash on the table. After this, Lu Yang was also excited. Now Nicky bet that the next pass will be intercepted. It will not be complete, but this time the pass was successful. Nicky now took a loss of millions of dollars. Now he was not able to understand how to get out of this problem. Jess was also very surprised by this act, but now the game had reached a very strong level. Nicky said that, I have $1 million left, let's bet on who will win. He picked out a 5-pointed card. There was a lot of chance of winning. Nick picked up the card and turned it over with confidence, but his card turned out to be a 3-pointed card. Seeing this, Jess fell down from the chair immediately. When Nicky started the game, she was in the mood to bet only $4,000. But till now, she had lost more than $1 million. But as a result of playing with the boss, Nicky stopped and put another condition of $2 million. Now the idea was a little new. Nicky challenged that Lu Yang can choose any random player from the derby, and if Nicky guessed his jersey number correctly, then she would win. Lu Yang was a little confused by this. He said that this is a mind-blowing thing. He thought that Nicky was hitting the person who will be there. Saying this, she started going from there, but Lu Yang's security guard stopped her from going, and there was a small fight between them. Jess calmed herself a little. Nicky told her to just look around the ground and tell me the number that you think is yours. Lu Yang picked up the turban and chose a player, after which Jess took the turban and scanned the entire field. Everywhere she was looking at the jersey number, how to guess. Then her eyes fell on a familiar face. It was a part of Nicky's plan. He said number 55, and that was the right answer. In response, Lu Yang was stunned. Jess was also thinking for a few moments. How did Nicky already know that Lu Yang would select the same number? But at this time, all this was not necessary. They had won the bet. So, they made a profit of $1 million and got all the lost money back. Taking 2 big bags full of cash, they left the stadium. He would jump at any condition. Nicky's team had made this plan. As Lu Yang stepped out of his hotel room, his subconscious mind was filled with number 55. The security guard's label pin also had 55 written on it. The same number was on the signboards on the way to the stadium, and he didn't just show him this number, but he also sang it. While coming to watch the match, he played a song in Lu Yang's car, which gave him a hint of 55 again and again, which made her a visual memory. When she was looking at the mirror, her mind naturally went to number 55, and Jess said 55 as soon as she saw Farhad. Jess was not told anything because her expressions were real during the game, so that no one would doubt her. After hearing all this, Jess was completely impressed with Nicky. After this, the story goes a few days earlier. Nicky was on a bed in a room. He said, I don't have any money. If you want to shoot, shoot. The man with the gun understood his reactions and immediately recognized that this man is a player. He is a bigger thug than us. And his guess was absolutely right. Nick is a great thug who steals small and big, and that too, very cleanly. Jess had trapped him and brought him to this room. Every move was a game for him. Jess took out some money without wasting time and said that I want to learn from you. Nikki also did not think it was necessary to waste time. Even while going out, Nikki stole a ring from Jess, and she did not even know. Until Jess could understand what happened, her watch was also missing, and when she put the watch on the hand, that's when Nikki started to make a new team. Their meeting was actually a test. He wanted to see if Jess was even worthy of joining their team or not. When Jess said yes, Nikki sent her to the fair with a man from the team. Today was Jess's first practical assignment. She took the map in her hand and started asking for directions from some people. Then, her companions stole. It was time for her to fly. Jess started stealing expensive stuff one after the other. And with every theft of hers, Nikki's eyes started to gain respect for her. Now, Nikki sent her for another big assignment. This time, it was a high-tech fraud. With the help of special types of lenses, those people could see other people's leaves back to the same person's pocket. Until someone found out, the whole account would be empty. There was another scam system, a fake ATM machine. Whenever someone withdrew money from the ATM, the machine would store its PIN on its own. Farhad quietly removed the machine and took all the data. All credit cards were kept in different categories, and luxury items were bought from them. And finally, their data was sold. In the middle of the mountain of stolen things was something else. The next day, Jess and Farhad were roaming in a rich area. Their job was to pretend. Farhad fainted, and Jess started acting, "Please, someone help us." There was a kind of distraction, which was taken advantage of by the rest of the team by stealing the stuff of the rich people around. And then the whole team went out in a secret ambulance. All this was so well planned that no one could understand anything. All documents were destroyed, and everyone was assured that in a few days, your money will come to your bank account. But the old members knew that Nikki's last mission was still left. They gave her 1.2 million cash and warned Jess not to give it in the gambling. The next morning, Nikki took Jess to the VIP lounge of the stadium. He made a whole scene in front of Jess and showed her how they can earn $1 million in a few minutes. When everything was over, Nikki gave her $80,000 cash and finally said goodbye. Jess looked at him. Her eyes were crying. Her heart was broken. On one hand, she really loved Nikki. On the other hand, she also felt that $80,000 is very less because Nikki had just earned $1 million. But there was no place for emotions in Nikki's world, and Jess had now seen his true colors. At lunchtime, he had a meeting with the owner of a race car team, Garia. Garia's research team had developed a new algorithm called EXR, but they wanted to make this algorithm better and increase their chances of winning. For this, they kept Nikki at work. The plan was simple. Nikki would pretend to be their chief engineer. Then they would show that there is a fight between him and Garia so that other teams can get caught in their trap. Nikki was offered 1.5 million euros for this work, and the earnings from selling the fake system were also his. Nikki thought this work was a joke. He could have done such a simple scam in his sleep, but the butler of Garia did not trust him at all. He directly threatened Nikki. "If you do anything wrong, I will shoot you in the chest." Nikki wore a tuxedo and left to attend a party in the evening. His plan was to fight among the crowd, but his plan was broken when Jess entered. She was with someone else, and that too with the man who kept Nikki at work, who came to Nikki calmly and said, "Now I'm not a thug, and whatever happened 3 years ago now doesn't mean anything." He also said that Garia doesn't know anything about Nikki and her old relationships, and said that if this thing remains hidden, it will be better. Hearing all this, Nikki's blood ran cold. He picked up and met the owner of the McLaren team. He said directly, "It will cost 3 million euros. I want to sell the EXR system." The owner faced a fatal accident. After tying them both, all the cash was put in front of Garia. Garia was very angry with Nikki's action. He had invested 40 million euros in making this program, and now, all over, the owner of the race car had no shortage of money, so there was no need for a price. He immediately tested the track and saw the result, and played the face of the owner. Nikki assured that he would get the entire software in 48 hours. On the other hand, Jess met Farhad on the road. Farhad was sent by Nikki. He gave a necklace to Jess, the same one she liked. There was no guarantee that it was real or fake, but it didn't matter. Seeing that necklace, Jess's mind melted. It turned out from Jess's mouth that she couldn't trust Nikki, but there was something else written in her eyes. She still felt something for him. Soon the day of the deal came. No one knew that everyone had the same system. That night, Nikki messaged Jess instead of running. If she came on time, they could both run together. Nikki waited, but no one came. At the last moment, when he started to leave as a loser, Jess came. But it wasn't time to run, because at that time, the same man who gave 1 million euros, now he wore his entire gear and deliberately crashed into Nikki's car. Nikki and Jess were caught. Both of them were ruined. The biggest thing was that Guerrilla, as soon as he opened the software, Nikki had already stolen his password and data through that necklace. Hearing this, Jess's heart broke. Tears started flowing from her eyes, but Guerrilla and his people started laughing. They liked the story, but they did not believe Nikki. Guerrilla told that Jess was not his girlfriend. "I know she was with me for money." He asked the butler how Nikki stole the software. One once saying, as soon as Nikki started talking, the butler fired. That bullet went straight into Nikki's chest. Guerrilla's face turned white. He scared the butler and said, "The money can be earned back, but if I get involved in a murder, then life is over." He immediately threw the butler out and ran away from the warehouse. Jess was crying a lot, but the butler said that there is no need to be afraid. He was actually Nikki's man, and to be honest, I am his father, real father. His act was a little crazy, but it worked. The money was behind them, and they all left. Nikki was actually an orphan, and he was raised by this butler. He taught Nikki all the skills of theft. The rule was never to be emotional, but now Nikki really started loving Jess. The butler left them both on the side of the road and took all the money. Nikki didn't get anything.